Namaste. Greetings of the day. I am Karthik Mistry and this is Reflection B for Toolbox for Prototyping. And in this reflection, I'll be covering the discussion points: working in teams, collaboration and community, and making ideas tangible and visual. So, when it comes to working in teams, I as an individual do not really appreciate being with or working collaboratively, and that is because I feel people are not skilled enough, they are not fast enough, they are not slow, they are not willing to understand my point of view, I am not able to communicate, and working in teams feels like it's a bugger for me. And when I got to know about that, I was really bummed. But in challenge 2 and 3, I was transferred to another team, Team Alpha, where I worked with Anahat Kotwal, Ayush Fulfagar, Disha Shurin, a great team, a great set of people to work with, to be honest with you. They have great skills. There's one big problem between all of us as a team. We don't see the coming deadline. We only see a deadline before the date's due. So we don't do it before that. And if we did do it before time, and if we did plan the stuff out, if we followed the Gantt chart which we were introduced to, I bet $1,000 that we would have a project out of this world that could be ready to manufacture tomorrow. But then what did we do actually? We did not make a Gantt chart. We could not plan according to the schedule. All we did was show up on the last minute, get to work, make something up, and make it awesome, make it a feast for the eyes. That was the strategy for challenge 2. Although when we did give it in, we got a feedback. And the feedback said, read the goddamn brief. So with challenge 3, when we began with the brief, we read it thrice, I assume. And I hope we delivered on that. Yeah. So with challenge 3, we made sure we do not go overboard with excitement, with enthusiasm, and we make something great happen, which is really good. And when I worked with this team, I felt working with teams can be fun, can be motivating, and we can work together as a team, and it cannot be a bummer or it cannot slow you down. And the biggest thing I learned when working with this team was, even though if you do not schedule it, even if you don't show up on time, if you have the skills and if you can cover up for all of the losses made earlier, and if you can understand each other, most importantly, then anything can be done in, let's say, 1 or 2 days. As that's how long we took, honestly. And if as this team, as we were, only one change if we made and we planned and we scheduled and used a Gantt chart or some other strategy to do work before the due dates, then I really think that we could have made a goddamn schematic of how to assemble, how to disassemble, how to manufacture, how to fabricate, how to do anything, nothing, everything. Nothing would be left blank. There would be no empty spots. But then that's where I guess we failed as a team. And moving on to the next point, collaboration with the community and all of them. So as I spoke earlier, collaborating with these people was fun. They were accepting me, I was accepting them. We worked really good. That's all I would like to say. As Disha was great with researchers. If we had a problem, if we had a question, we would just ask Disha, is this possible on Moon? Should read up some researches, some articles, and we would have proper constructive stuff that we could rely upon. That was great part about Disha. If we had an idea, we just talked to Anahat, we explained it to Anahat. He would sketch it out perfectly. If we wanted to visualize something and make it look realistic and give us a feel of what it would actually look like, person to call, Ayush Fulfagar, makes awesome, great renders. If I wanted, or if they wanted something from my end, be it documenting it properly, or be it modeling the goddamn idea and visualizing it again without rendering it, I was the person to call. It was a proper team. The work was split properly. It was a balanced team. if we had research nailed down, we had conceptualizing nailed down, visualization nailed down, documentation nailed down on paper. And that's, I guess, where we failed. Even as a team, like, we were collaborating well, we understood each of our strengths, but then we just knew it, we did not implement it, we did not work on it. That's what I feel. Because if I go to Anahat, ask him to make a sketch, he would make a sketch happily. It would be it's his hobby kind of a thing. And if they bring a sketch up to me and they are like, let's see what it would look in a 3D space, what it would look like on Moon's terrain, I would make a CAD model out of it. It's easy, it's done. Give me 2 hours, 3 hours, give the team a task, and we are done with it within a day. That's how great we were at collaborating with each other and knowing our strengths. But again, the same issue happened. The same issue bothered us, bothered our limits, and let us down. That's what I feel. As we did not work beforehand, and all we did was work on the last minute, which kind of went back on us and slapped us back on the face, going back. That's what I honestly feel, sadly. And to overcome that, I guess if I were to redo this and collaborate with this team again, I would make sure that we would use a Gantt chart or make a strategy to do work beforehand and do the best out of it. Because the team is powerful. The team has the core, the strength, the understanding, the friendliness, and the attitude is spot on. Everyone is professional. No one is like, you did this. No one is playing the blame game. We are perfect to each other. But still, the problem is there. None of us are understanding the concept of being there beforehand. And that's where, I guess, as a team, we actually did fail. And the third point I would like to discuss is making the ideas tangible and visual. As I told you, our group was full of talent. And one more thing I did not mention was that Ayush and Anahat make great prototypes. If you have an idea, if you want a tangible version of it, a cardboard model or a paper model, you tell these two guys, they work like cement and brick together. Perfect bond. Great people, and they make the ideas tangible. We faced no issue making our ideas come to life. For challenge 2, we made this big prototypes, like bigger than the camera, like this big. I'm so dark, sorry. Yeah, that big prototypes, and they were good. They were a feast to the eye, to be honest with you. Images right here. Images should pop up here. And when I say that, ideas were coming to life like bam, bam, bam. But then one thing we failed was, again, even when making our ideas tangible or visual, we decide one idea, we generate one idea, and we just go, bam, this is the idea we want to go with. We don't explore, we did not broaden our perspective. We did not go okay, if this is there, what else could be there? Again, if this is there, how can we make it better? If this is there and that is also there, how can we take this to another idea? All of that part we missed out on because we were working on the last minute and we were not following any time. That's the only problem I actually feel out of this team. If we planned it out and if we followed a schedule, it would have been a great work. That's all I would like to say. Thank you.